everybody. It's obviously Monday night because you're watching CPS News with Jesse and Brent. And it is Monday night, July 14th. You'll know in a little while why I remember the day so well. But how you doing, Jesse? What's going on?
Hey, Brent. It is a special day. Thanks for being here tonight. We have a lot of important information for you. So stick around and find out why today's so special.
It is a special day. But first of all, the special headlines so you know what's coming up tonight. So let's roll the headlines and let's go.
Tonight on CPS News, Puerto Vallarta puts education first. Over 6,000 tablets distributed to local students in a bold step toward the future. Digital fines, real results. Bahía de Banderas to launch electronic traffic payment system to combat corruption and improve tourist experience. Tragic confirmation. Jalisco prosecutor states Sayapal Vallarta official died by suicide. Honoring the travel industry. Puerto Vallarta Tourism Trust celebrates top travel agents in Guadalajara. Voices of Vallarta. Brent Lane sits down with director Dan Levy-Dagerman and multi-talented Selena Ringel to talk film, art, and identity. Sports Spotlight. Vallarta's own frontenis star to represent Mexico on the international stage. All that and more, only on CPS News with Jesse and Brent. The news that speaks your language.
Okay, first up tonight, a major tech upgrade is rolling out in Vallarta classrooms. The city is distributing more than 6,000 tablets to elementary school students as part of a new education initiative, which is led by our mayor, Munguia. This week, hundreds of 4th, 5th, and 6th graders gathered at the UMA building to receive their devices. The program, called Tu Educación Renace, is the first of its kind in the region, and it aims to modernize learning for young students. Tablets have already been delivered in Ixtapa, Las Juntas, Las Palmas, and Boca de Tamatan, with over 3,000 handed out in only 2 days. City's leaders say that the project shows a strong commitment to using public resources to support education for many families. The new tablets are a game changer. They're helping kids connect with technology and opening the door to new opportunities. Thank you so much for this uplifting first story tonight. Miguel Gonzalez Guerra.
All the children look so happy. Thanks, Brent. Next up, a new system is about to change how traffic violations are handled in Bahía de Banderas. City's official says the update is designed to make things faster, easier, and more transparent for everyone. Here's Joe with the details.
A major shift in traffic enforcement is coming to Bahía de Banderas. Starting next week, transit officers will begin issuing and collecting fines using electronic terminals, allowing both residents and tourists to pay on the spot. No paperwork, no trips to the municipal offices, and no document retention. This move follows a recent update to the local traffic regulations approved by city officials to modernize and simplify the payment process. Mayor Hector Santana confirmed that operational rules are being finalized and the terminals are ready, just in time for the upcoming summer tourism season. Officers are currently undergoing training, and each will carry a terminal to process fines immediately. While the option to pay traditionally or contest the fine remains, this new system offers a faster, more transparent alternative. Fines will be set at a moderate level by the civic courts, aiming to make penalties fair and accessible. Tourists in particular will benefit as they will no longer have their driver's licenses or documents held as payment collateral. The initiative is also designed to eliminate bribery and corruption, fostering trust and efficiency in local law enforcement. Bahía de Banderas is taking a bold step forward, modernizing traffic enforcement while improving the visitor experience. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Okay, is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What do you guys think? We would love to get your comments right on our YouTube comment section, so let's hear from you. Okay, moving on. Here's Jesse with our next story tonight.
All right, well, Puerto Vallarta has reported 130 cases of dengue fever between January and July 8th of 2025. Health officials say the number of new cases is slowing down, but more could come in August and September, which is the busiest time for this disease. These areas with the most cases are Colonia 5 de Diciembre, El Pitillal, and Ixtapa. In Pitillal, the neighborhoods of Coapinoles, San Esteban, and Lomas del Calvario are affected. In Ixtapa, Primero de Mayo, La Esperanza, and Real Ixtapa are the most at risk. Last year, there were about 1,000 cases in the region. This year, early action is helping. The city is spraying for mosquitoes at night, using special chemicals to kill mosquito larvae, and cleaning up places where mosquitoes can breed. People are asked to help by cleaning their yards, turning over buckets, throwing out standing water, and scrubbing containers. So far, more than 778 tons of junk have been removed and 82 cleaned up events have been held. But health officials say the real danger starts in August, so everyone should stay alert and keep their homes mosquito-free. Thanks, MGG, for the information. Now, well, we gotta go back to Brent. He's gonna tell us about Hospital Hoya.
Thank you, Jesse. So taking care of yourself starts with staying on top of your health. Right now, Hospital Hoya Riviera is offering a full checkup for only 4,000 pesos, and it covers everything from medical evaluation and lab work to nutritional assessments and even electrocardiograms. The deal runs through July 31st, so book your appointment now. Just call 322-226-8181. Hospital Hoya Riviera, they know how to take care of you. Now, a story, this one's involves a little bit of animal cruelty, so beware, but it happened right here in Vallarta, and here's the story. So, I'm going to give you the story, actually. So, a disturbing discovery inside the Estero El Saldo has local conservationists on alert. A decapitated crocodile was found this week in a protected area. The animal, about 2.5 meters long, had its head and tail removed. Officials say the killing likely happened within 24 hours before it was found. Authorities have filed a federal complaint for the crime against biodiversity and are reporting the case to Profeca. The evidence points to illegal entry into the reserve, possibly tied to wildlife trafficking or ritual activities. Only about 60 crocodiles live in the estuary, part of a fragile population, roughly about 300 acres across Bahía de Banderas. Experts say stronger enforcement and public education are needed to prevent more of these attacks on the animals. The crocodile is a protected species under Mexican law, but enforcement has been inconsistent. Conservation leaders are urging the public to understand the important role these animals play in the local ecosystem. And just remember, they were here first. Let's protect them. Thank you so much to Guadalupe Arce for this somewhat completely, actually, disturbing story.
Yes, very disturbing. Who would dare to do that? Please don't do that. Now, let's talk about Cerámicas Exclusivas. Looking to give your home a fresh new vibe? Well, take advantage of the summer to renovate your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas. Discover everything you need to transform your spaces with style and elegance at prices you will love. From stunning flooring and modern bathrooms to those unique details that truly make a difference. Visit their showroom at Calle Federación 390 in Ixtapa, Puerto Vallarta, and explore a wide variety to fit every taste and budget. This summer, refresh your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas, where quality meets design. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook to see their latest collection and get inspired. Cerámicas Exclusivas, because your home deserves the best. Now, here's Joe with our next story tonight.
On July 7th, in celebration of National Travel Agent Day in Mexico, the Puerto Vallarta Tourism Trust, led by Luis Antonio Villaseñor Nolasco, traveled to Guadalajara to honor 100 top travel agents who play a key role in promoting Puerto Vallarta as a premier beach destination. The event, hosted at a well-known hotel in the heart of Guadalajara, featured a lively appreciation cocktail, surprise gifts courtesy of 10 Puerto Vallarta hotels, and the participation of major industry players including wholesalers Imicop and Record Vacacion, as well as Viva Aerobus. Joining the celebration was Jalisco's Secretary of Tourism Michelle Friedman Hirsch, who acknowledged the agent's essential contribution to the state's booming tourism economy. Luis Villaseñor emphasized the importance of connecting directly with travel agents, noting, quote, "This event recognizes the invaluable role agents play in bringing business to Puerto Vallarta year-round. We celebrated their success and encouraged them to keep promoting what we proudly call home." End quote. Travel agents are vital professionals in the tourism sector, responsible for selling, advising, and managing all aspects of travel for both leisure and business. Their expertise and client service ensures smooth, enjoyable travel experiences. By honoring these agents, Puerto Vallarta strengthens its ties to key tourism partners and fuels momentum heading into the summer travel season. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Okay, well, you're not going to want to go anywhere because coming up after this break and after a commercial, we've got Voices of Vallarta, and I'm really excited about this one. Today we've got Dan Levy-Degerman and we have Selena Ringel, who are the director, actors, writers of films and books, and so you are going to want to stay tuned because these folks don't come in this town very often, but they're here right on our set.
Yes, you're going to love it, so stay tuned. And then later on, there is cake.
I can't hear you. We'll be right back with whatever she said. Welcome everybody. It is time for our interview segment, and it's Voices of Vallarta, of course. And today I'm so honored to have two guests. I don't get two that often, but today I've got the brilliant minds behind the film You, Me, and Her, as well as some other projects we're going to talk about. We've got director Dan Levy-Degerman, as well as Selena Ringel, and I'm not going to spoil it by saying your relationship quite yet. We'll get into that in the questions, but welcome to Voices of Vallarta. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much. So excited to be here.
Love it. We got some exciting stuff to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. So you both, this is good timing, because you guys just released your film, You, Me, and Her, which you filmed right by us in San Pancho. How cool.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Dan, as the producer and director, and Selena as the producer, writer, and lead actress, you wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
No pun intended. How do you guys keep the creative process flowing smoothly while working closely together, both professionally and personally, because you two are married?
We are.
Oh my, I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
This was a super personal project, so we wrote it from a really personal place, and it's like an extreme version of our lives, if you want to tell them a little more about it.
Well, yeah, and we also have two small kids, so a lot of therapy, obviously, involved in working together. But this specific movie was actually based on something that happened to us. We were actually at a club in Las Vegas, and this woman hit on me at the club, and it made me realize that I was kind of curious about women, and that spiraled this whole conversation between me and Dan, which then led into us writing and making this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's getting hot on set today. I like it. Okay, so yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it, especially now. That's amazing. So now you shot it in San Pancho, just really high level. What was it like filming up there? And did you enjoy San Pancho? Did you love it?
Yeah.
Well, I loved San Pancho. We shot the movie in LA for a few days and then down here in San Pancho as well. And what was so great was the contrast between the two places, because it was such a great place to get out of the bubble of the world, and they were able to really explore themselves in the movie there.
Well, and San Pancho is such a beautiful town. And we love Vallarta. We've been coming here for 15 years. We've got married here.
Oh.
So Vallarta is a really special place for us.
Oh, that's awesome. So glad. That's great. I'm glad you had some time to hopefully enjoy yourself while you're here. And I'm sure you did. I can see the brilliant smile on your face. And what's not to love? So now, besides the movie, I also want to touch on, it's your book, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the book is titled Be the Train. Okay. I haven't read it yet, to be honest, but can you explain what this means in your own words and reflect, and how does it reflect on like your personal journey?
Yeah, so Be the Train, the mindset and tools you need to make your first feature. And the whole idea is that instead of waiting for the train being the opportunity that's going to take you somewhere, you have to actually be the train. And what that means is you actually have to be the opportunity and the momentum that other people want to jump on board with. And that's kind of how we've made all of our movies. That's how we got this last movie, You, Me, and Her, in 250 theaters nationwide. We self-distributed it, and then now we just sold it to Stars. But everything we have done has been us pushing things forward on our own terms, making personal connections, sending cold emails. And so I really want to empower other creatives and filmmakers to not be waiting for something to get started, to actually create their own momentum so that other people get excited about what they're already doing.
Wow, that's inspiring. So get on the tracks, put it in gear, and go.
Yes,
and
go.
just go.
Yes.
Watch out for the cows and those things that can get in the way. I get it. So also I've read, like, you've begun diving together, I believe, into AI in terms of music, art. You've shown your work in Cannes, which, like, being a film guy, that was so amazing for me. So for our viewers that may not be familiar, how would you explain what AI brings to your creative process? And is it a tool, a collaborator?
Well, what AI's allowed me to do is play in a bigger sandbox than I'm used to, because we've always made really personal, grounded stories. And now I'm making a stoner sci-fi cinematic universe.
So the stoner cinematic universe is finally here. That's hilarious.
And so basically what AI allows me to do is experiment with a lot of these creative ideas that I've only been able to write about before.
Right.
So I've been developing a feature film called Space Weed: The Martian Strain for about 7 years, and now we're evolving that into a universe which is sort of like reverse Men in Black, where the outlaw aliens are the good guys and the bad guys are the narcs in suits. And it's been so fun to experiment with AI, and we're making music videos with it, and we're launching the universe. We're actually announcing our projects at a trade show in Vegas on the 23rd at Champs Las Vegas. So we're really excited about that, and Space Weed Universe is taking off.
I love it, love it. So how am I going to see it or know about it? Or like how are we going to be aware of when the space weed hits us?
For sure. So we actually...
Or maybe we won't. We'll just be like, whoa.
You won't see it
Space
coming.
weed.
They're
No.
already here.
And I won't even care. I'll just be like, whoa.
But so we launched actually a platform called Fungible that's kind of like Kickstarter,
Okay.
except
I've
you
heard
can use blockchain and you can use regular dollars, and you can actually create your own Martian right there. So that's where we're launching the Space Weed Universe as a community for people to gather at the very start of this, because we're being the train and building this as we go. So we had the script going, but now we're like, let's plant the flag, build the universe, collaborate with companies, and make it happen while we're building towards making the feature.
And I admire the name drop, Be the Train. Nice job, by the way.
Yes.
Keeps you all married and not a therapy.
Yeah,
I like that.
brownie points,
Okay,
brownie
so we're
points.
almost out of time, but I know our viewers are going to be most interested in, like, what do you have coming next at a high level that you can actually tell us about? And better yet, how can our viewers follow you guys, what you've got going on, and see this and hear this amazing stuff coming out?
Thank you. Yeah. Well, definitely. I'm doing like over 20 speaking engagements right now with my book. I'm being flown all over the place. I'm going to Aspen, I'm going to Puerto Rico, I'm going to Texas. So I'm really excited because I'm really spreading the word and helping empower other creatives. So if you follow me at Selina Ringel, SELINA-RINGEL, you'll see everything. And then Dan.
And I'm launching my company that has been in the background for a few years, High Concept Entertainment. So it's at High Concept Entertainment, www.highconceptentertainment.com. And that has a slate of projects where we've got our proof of concepts ready to go, and now we're going to be the train to make it happen.
Be the train. I
Be the
love
train.
it. All right, well, this train is about to leave the station, but I'm glad it stopped here at this station for just a little while. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope we see you guys soon. We're going to definitely follow you, but we're out of time, so we've got to move on. So thank you to you guys. Thank you to everyone for joining Voices of Vallarta. Be sure to come back next week, and you can sit right there if you choose to. Just let us know if you want to be on. But now it's time for Maria with our next story tonight.
Puerto Vallarta is still waiting on 67 brand new buses with air conditioning that were promised by the Jalisco State Secretary of Transportation, Diego Monraz Villaseñor, back in April. The buses were supposed to arrive in May 2025, but now, more than a month later, not a single unit has arrived. The fleet was meant to improve public transportation in the city, where long wait times, outdated buses, and overcrowding have been ongoing issues for years. The situation on the streets is becoming more difficult each day. Passengers report waiting up to an hour for a bus, often forced to stand on steps or hang from the sides of overcrowded units due to a lack of space. Despite the growing frustration, the state government has not given any explanation for the delay and has not shared a new timeline for the bus's arrival. As of now, Puerto Vallarta continues to operate with its aging and insufficient bus fleet, especially struggling during peak hours and hot weather. The Transportation Department has also not issued any public update on the promised buses. For now, the promise remains unfulfilled, and residents are left dealing with a transportation system stuck in the past. With information from Jimena Baumgarten, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Thank you, Maria. Now, hopefully it's only a matter of time before we get more buses out here. We definitely do need them. And heck, if you've been watching our news, we've been reporting on those new buses coming forever. Okay, now on to other news. On Tuesday, July 8th, the new headquarters of the 467th Company of the Guardia Nacional was officially inaugurated in Bahía de Banderas. The facility sits on the roads between San Jose del Valle and San Juan de Abajo. It's actually been in operation since late 2023, but this ceremony marked its very first formal opening. Top officials were there, including, of course, the Guardia Nacional Western Region Commander, who is Lopez Arellano, State Coordinator Isaac Guzman Rojas, Bahia's Mayor Hector Santana Garcia, and Public Safety Director Brianna Guzman Delgado. After the speeches, everyone toured the base, which has dorms, an armory, communications, kitchen, medical area, and gym, and all the gear needed to support emergency response and keep the community safe. Construction actually started back in December of 2022, and since finishing last year, it's been a key hub for operations. Officials emphasized their ongoing commitment to public safety, disaster response, and working with local agencies to keep the peace in the region. There you have it. Feels a little safer out there right now, which is great. And with that, we move on to a word from our sponsor. And of course, it's La Catrina Cantina.
I had so much fun there on Saturday. Shout out to everyone at La Catrina Cantina. Me and my hubby went salsa dancing. Oh yeah, free lessons every Saturday starting at 7 p.m. All right, after all that fun, we need to go back to more news, and our next one is a harsh one. It turns out that the Jalisco prosecutor confirmed the cause of death of the Siapal Vallarta's official. Joe has all the details for us.
The mystery surrounding the disappearance and death of Jose Luis Velasquez Rodriguez, a public official from Siapal Vallarta, has been officially resolved. On Thursday, July 10th, the Jalisco State Prosecutor's Office confirmed that Velasquez died by suicide. During a press conference held in Guadalajara, Deputy Prosecutor for Missing Persons Alfonso Gutierrez Santillan stated that forensic analysis and investigative work concluded that the former head of transparency at Siapal took his own life in a wooded area near his home in the La Pachuga area of southern Puerto Vallarta. The body was discovered on July 9th in an advanced state of decomposition in a private, overgrown lot in the Gastronomicos neighborhood. No visible signs of violence were found. The man was carrying a backpack and wearing clothing consistent with what Velasquez had on when he disappeared on June 30th. Although the family helped pre-identify the body, final confirmation came from the Forensic Medical Service, which also verified the cause of death. With no evidence contradicting the suicide conclusion, authorities have closed the investigation. Velasquez was a respected local government worker whose disappearance raised concern across the community. In response, the state prosecutor emphasized the importance of mental health awareness and pledged institutional support for the grieving family. With information from Guadalupe Arce, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Of course, our condolences to his family. Okay, moving on. Parking shortages in Puerto Vallarta grow as developers opt to pay fines instead of building the parking spaces. Here's Eric with more information on this story.
Parking shortage in Puerto Vallarta grows as developers opt to pay fines instead of building spaces. Puerto Vallarta is facing a growing parking crisis, largely fueled by a construction boom of apartment and condominium towers that often lack sufficient parking for residents and visitors. Despite city regulations requiring a minimum number of parking spaces, often just half a space per housing unit under current zoning plans, many developers choose to pay a fine rather than include the required number of parking spots. Fines range from 34,000 to 48,000 pesos per missing space, depending on the project classification. This practice has resulted in crowded streets, especially in areas where public parking is already limited. Originally intended to encourage alternative transportation options under guidelines supported by the UN Habitat Program, the half space per unit policy has proven problematic. In reality, most residents still rely on cars, leaving excess vehicles parked on streets and sidewalks. While funds from these fines are intended for parking infrastructure, city officials admit that the money currently goes into the general budget and has not been used to develop public parking solutions. The parking dilemma continues to raise concerns about urban planning, mobility, and the long-term sustainability of growth in Puerto Vallarta. With information from NGG Eric Stevenson, CPS News.
Thank you to one of our newer voices, Eric, for that information. And parking in Vallarta does not look like it's getting any easier anytime soon. Without real solutions, tight spots and credit streets might be sticking around for us. Okay, the big news is the groundbreaking of Six Senses Zala, the luxury brand's first hotel in Mexico. With over $260 million going into the project over the next 2 years, this eco-friendly resort is set to open in 2027. It will create over 300 direct jobs and nearly 1,000 indirect ones. The resort will be along 384 kilometers of untouched Pacific coastline. It's going to feature 51 hotel rooms, half with ocean views, plus 34 ocean view residences, a beach club, a wellness village, a turtle sanctuary, and an education center. Tourism Secretary Michelle Friedman stressed the importance of balancing growth with conservation. And Governor Lemus also talked about better connectivity with the new airport and upgrades to the highways of 280. On top of that, the governor handed out 2.5 million pesos to support 205 local farmers and entrepreneurs. This highlights Jalisco's role in supplying nearly 18% of Mexico's food. That's pretty surprising, pretty amazing too.
Fantastic. Shout out to your friend.
Michelle Friedman, how you doing? My friend, AKA the person I interviewed once, but we're friends. We're cool like that. We're tight.
And this is great what Mr. Lemos is doing. So anyways, after this great story, we're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back, we got some fun stuff for you from La Catrina Cantina. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody, and now it's time to get to know, once again, La Catrina Cantina. It's one of the most vibrant spots in town, and I'm sure you've been there before.
Yes, Brent, of course. And with us today, it's an artist, a performer, a host at Catrina Cantina, a place many call a haven for artists, Armando. Welcome to the set. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Jesse, for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And yes, as you said, Living is the perfect word. If you ever wandered into La Catrina Cantina on Wednesday around 5 p.m., you have probably felt that creative spark. It's a space where artists feel understood. We can be raw, bold, and have fun with it. So Wednesdays are especially magical because we have local talent, surprise guests, and even visiting artists who jump into a song or two to show us here their talent. No? So and if you can go on Wednesdays, don't worry because Sunday nights are great too. We have open mic starting at 10:30 p.m. and I have the pleasure to be their host. So please join us on Sunday Fun Days. So, and talking about music, let me tell you a little bit about genre that has been filled in stories, and it has been uplifting and uniting people here in Mexico for our generations. Can you guess what it is? Yes, guys, we are talking about mariachi. So let's hear about it.
Mariachi music traces its roots back to 18th century Western Mexico, particularly in the states of Jalisco, Nayarit, Colima, and Michoacán. Originally performed by small groups of rural musicians using string instruments like violins, guitarras, and abuelas, mariachi was music of the people, often played at weddings, community festivals, and religious events. In the early 20th century, mariachi evolved and began to reflect more urban influences. Trumpets were added, creating the bold, brassy sound we recognize today. The music gained national prominence in the 1930s and 40s when it was featured in Mexican cinema, becoming a symbol of Mexican identity and pride. By the 1950s, mariachi ensembles wore the now iconic charro suits, and their performances expanded beyond Mexico, spreading throughout Latin America and the world. In 2011, UNESCO recognized mariachi as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, cementing its legacy as one of the most beloved and enduring musical traditions of Mexico. Mariachi is the spirit of Mexico, carried on strings, breath, and heart.
And yes, actually you can often hear mariachi live at La Catrina Cantina, especially on Sundays around 6 p.m. But check our social pages for schedule updates. Just heads up, I'll be doing Alejandro Fernandez special show on the 18th of July. And if you don't know who he is, well, first of all, where have you been, guys? He's not only incredible talented, but also incredibly hot. Seriously, total Mexican hunk. And just happens to be the son of Vicente Fernandez. You know who is Vicente Fernandez? He was a true legend in regional Mexican music. So yeah, you won't want to miss it. So please join us next 18th of July at 9 p.m. at La Catrina Cantina.
Oh, yes. I love Alejandro Fernandez. I think you're going to do so great with that show. It's going to be incredible. And thank you about all of the information of the mariachi. That's very interesting.
Of course.
So cool. And I love it that Catrina Cantina, of course, has mariachi. I mean, Catrina Cantina has everything.
Of course. And also mariachis around the world, not just here in Mexico, just around the world.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, there's one thing, though, that when I went into Facebook for Catrina Cantina, I saw it was the night of the Iguana Music Festival. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What is it?
Of course. The night of the Iguana Music Festival started in 2016. In Maito, Jalisco. It's a big beach with 9 kilometers of virgin beach that is amazing. And we have bring down Vallarta's most talent, beautiful talent here. So we used to present a lot of music, bonfires, and the bohemian vibes. Not a big production, just a raw talent, ocean air, and a lot of heart. This year is going to be on December 7th through the 10th. If you're into soul music and songs that feel like a movie scene, this is for you guys. So please don't miss it. Catrina Cantina, the night of the Iguana on Maito.
Oh, that's great. Now, I love music events tied to film because film is really my jam. So that is definitely going to go on my calendar. And again, I've got it from December 7th until the 10th.
Perfect.
Sounds incredible. Sounds really good. Thank you so much, Armando.
Thank you very much, both. And thank you for having me. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you.
There you guys have it. You heard him, Vallarta. Support your local artists and don't miss out on the magic. Now, let's switch gears with more local information coming right up.
In Bahía de Banderas, concerns about the privatization of beaches have been rising. But according to the local planning authority, the issue is not about ownership, but access. Luis Ricardo Huaracha Gutierrez, director of the Municipal Institute of Planning, or IMPLAN, clarified that there are no privatized beaches in the area. What does exist, however, are blocked access points, often closed off with fences or gates. After conducting a detailed mapping project, IMPLAN identified 120 official access points to the coast. About 45% are actual streets leading directly to the beach, while the remaining 55% are dirt roads or paths. The team visited each location, collected identification data, and created a digital map that will soon be available on a public website. The goal is to help residents and tourists claim their right to public spaces and navigate easily to the beach. Some access points have fences put up, mainly around areas used for parking, but these do not legally prevent beach entry. According to Waracha, regular inspections confirm that access to the beaches remains open. He emphasized that what's happening is not privatization, but obstruction due to a lack of previous planning and official boundaries. The entire mapping and outreach effort was driven by a citizen-led initiative working in partnership with IMPLAN to protect public beach access across Bahia's 60-plus kilometers of shoreline. Videos and informational tools will soon be released to guide people to these access points, reinforcing that in Mexico, the beaches belong to everyone. With information from Israel Torres, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
All right, thanks, Maria. And yeah, it's not private beaches. It's just, they're just blocking the entrance of it. It's not private.
As someone offset, and I think it was David the Sports, I said, just roll your boat up instead. Try and stop that, pal.
And talking about David, guess who's in the house? Yes, it is Mr. David the Sportsman.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, as always.
Oh, always good to have you in. And I read ahead a little bit. I see you've got an MMA story, which are always one of my favorites.
Yay.
Tough young kid there, up and comer, so we're going to try to give him some support. So
Love it.
All right, tell us
hear
what
what
else
you
you
got.
got.
All right, hey sports fans, this is your local CPS News Sports Update, bringing you the latest highlights from Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas. Let's start by going ringside. A talented athlete from Puerto Vallarta in combat sports keeps making waves. Mario Gonzalez, a 23-year-old MMA fighter from Puerto Vallarta, is gearing up for more fights last weekend in Rosarito in Baja California. With a background in Muay Thai and a strong work ethic, Mario is quickly making a name for himself, winning his first 2 fights on the national circuit. This next fight was a huge step in his promising career. Mario represents a new generation, putting Puerto Vallarta on the MMA map. As an independent athlete, he is currently seeking support for travel and expenses. So, businesses and fans interested in helping to sponsor and support him can contact him directly at 322-280-8463. It would be great to back this local athlete and the sport. He sounds like a pretty good investment to me. Now, shifting over to Frontenas, Mexico has chosen its champions. Laura Puentes Villalobos and Puerto Vallarta's own Jimena Placito Goche have been selected to represent the country at the upcoming Liga de Naciones de Frontenas, to be held in Aguascalientes. The duo recently struck gold in Orizaba, showing off their team chemistry and pure competitive fire. Their teamwork and confidence have placed them among the best pairs in the nation. This international tournament will gather top Frontenas athletes from around the globe, and with their latest title under their belt, Mexico is in great hands. Vamos Jimena and Laura represent Vallarta with pride. And finally, in youth sports, the 9th student volleyball circuit wrapped up this weekend with an action-packed tournament featuring teams from middle and high schools across the Bay. Let's take a quick look at the winners by category. Middle school girls were won by Deportivo Dragones and the boys gold by Telesecundaria El Porvenir. High school girls gold won again by Deportivo Dragones, and boys gold won by Universidad de Guadalajara. Over 60 students from Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas participated in this dynamic, community-driven event, proving once again that the youth are thriving with sports. The tournament emphasized teamwork, friendship, and healthy competition, all while strengthening the bond between schools in the region. Kudos to the organizers, the coaches, the parents, and especially the student athletes for bringing passion and talent to the court. That's a wrap for this week. From fierce combat sports to Frontena's pride and volleyball for the growing athletes, Vallarta's athletes are crushing it. I'm David. I'll catch you next time here on CPS News, bringing you the stories that matter and the local sports that inspire. Jesse and Brent, back to you.
Thanks a lot, David. Appreciate it.
Thank
Good
you, guys.
update. Super interested in the MMA fights, but
Me too.
front tennis. Why do I not know what front tennis is?
Well, as a matter of
love
fact,
it.
Brent, it was invented around 1900 in Mexico.
I did not even
course it
prepare
was.
you.
I had to look it up myself.
I didn't know that either.
Yes,
So good.
and only international competition is for 2 players on each
Okay.
team. Single player teams, not international.
And a
So, yeah.
wall, right?
Yes, and a really big wall.
There you go. All right, I think Jesse's got a word from our sponsor coming up. Thank you so much, David. Always
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Dave.
All
having you
right,
on
see you
set.
soon.
Yes, next up, a quick word from our sponsor, Mari Galante. Ahoy, Vallarta adventurers! The legendary pirate ship Mari Galante is back with a fully revamped, immersive pirate show, packed with acrobatics, music, special effects, and epic water activities. And now's the time to climb aboard. Enjoy 50% off the regular experience or 45% off our VIP premium menu, featuring beef medallion with lobster, filet mignon with shrimp, and tasty vegetarian or vegan delights. Plus, sip like a true pirate with our premium open bar, including Grey Goose, Don Julio, Jack Daniels, and many, many more. Meet our new mascot, Josefino, and snap some selfies, and live the pirate fantasy of a lifetime. Book now at pirateshipvallarta.com before this treasure sails away. Arr.
And you know I always wait for the R.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite part of that when you talk about it, so thank you. We're almost to the events section. So did you happen to go to any events this last weekend?
Yes, I did. It was so much fun. We'll tell you all about it after this commercial break. When we come back, like he said, the events and a bunch of other interesting stuff that he has in his pocket. And we're back.
We are back. Thanks, Jesse. I guess I'll take over. So again, we teased a little bit that we had a little bit of an event last week, and it was the B3 Brent's birthday bash for charity. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it.
It was so much fun. Happy birthday, Brent.
Thank
Let me
you.
tell you guys this. Today is the actual day.
Today is it, July
to
14th.
Mr. Brent.
I know. Happy birthday to me. I'm sure we can talk about that a little more, but today isn't just about my birthday.
It's not? What?
No, it actually is. But other things have actually happened in history on this day.
Tell
and
us
so
all about
it's
it. I didn't do my homework.
No, you didn't. You don't have no on this day, so it's all about me this time. So first of all, yes, July 14th is my birthday. So let's get that one out of the way. Thank you very much. But you know what else? It is Bastille Day in France.
Oh,
Yeah, it
really?
just blew you away. You're not prepared for that. We don't prep these. So every year, France sets off fireworks for my birthday. Thank you so much to the French. I appreciate that. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, it's just because of you, Brent. I'm
Exactly.
sure.
I was going to say that, but she beat me to it. It's also, ready for this one? It's International Nude Day. We are overdressed.
Oh my gosh.
I called you.
I should have known that one.
It's International Nude Day. So if you're sitting at home right now watching this in the nude, you're nailing it. We're not. So nice job. All right, it is finally time now. We're going to move on to the events calendar. And
Yes,
this week,
we
I think
are.
we've got Barbara LaPointe doing them.
Barbara is going to tell us all that's going on in the Bay Area for this week. Take it away.
This Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., come explore the roots of Puerto Vallarta's vibrant art scene at Arte Vallarta Museo. Don't miss this special exhibition featuring works by early local legends like Ramon Barragan, Manuel Lepe, Javier Niño, and Ada Colorina, and more. Celebrate the history, color, and creativity that shaped Vallarta's cultural identity. Arte Vallarta Museo, open to the public, fully bilingual, and non-profit. Discover the artist who helped put Vallarta on the map. This Saturday, July 20th at 5 p.m., the magic of the circus lights up La Isla Puerto Vallarta. Get ready for the Cerco de Verano, a beach-themed spectacle packed with laughs, stunning aerobatics, and vibrant colors. It's fun for the whole family with surprises that will delight the kids and adults alike. Join us at Boulevard Francisco Medina Asensio 2479 in the Hotel Zone. Cerco de Verano, where summer and circus fun come together in one unforgettable show. Sleigh bells ring in July? You heard right. It's Christmas in July at La Catrina Cantina this Friday, July 25th at 5 p.m. Join the incredible pianist Derek Karkner with special guests for a heartwarming evening of holiday cheer. All to benefit Rise, a local children's shelter. No cover, just joy, music, and giving back. Christmas style. La Catrina Cantina, where the holiday magic hits early. Don't miss it. New to Vallarta? Thinking of relocating? Then don't miss the orientation to Vallarta with longtime expat Madeline Milne, happening at the Living Room Bookstore and Cafe in Marina Vallarta. Join us from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on July 26th. It's free, open to the public, and will be packed with local tips on neighborhoods, buying versus renting, and building your community. Get orientated, get connected, get Vallarta. Hey, Vallarta! Saddle up for boot stomping. Good time at La Catrina Cantina. This Saturday, July 26th at 5 p.m., don't miss Crankin' Country with Spencer, an evening full of energy, twang, and classic country hits that'll get your move on. No cover, just great vibes, cold drinks, and pure country fun. La Catrina Cantina, where the West meets the fiesta. Be there. Cruise into the weekend with Vallarta's own local all-English radio show. Your dose of classic rock, local vibes, and real stories from real people just like you. It's fresh, it's fun, and it's all about Puerto Vallarta, and it's on your radio dial, Radiante 98.3 FM. Join your host, Jesse Ruiz, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Buckle up. Let's start the journey. You can also listen online or podcast style at radiante.fm or on Facebook. Just search for Vallarta's Asphalt. This August, the Vallarta Botanical Garden is buzzing with color. Join the Hummingbird Festival from Tuesday, August 12th to Saturday, August 16th. Celebrate these dazzling little birds with a week full of guided tours, art workshops, and fun photo challenges for all ages. Activities are included with the general admission, but don't forget, workshops do fill up fast, so register the same day at the Hall of Flowers. It's nature, creativity, and family fun, only at the Vallarta Botanical Garden. Okay, that's a wrap for this week. Stick around for more news.
Great events. Thanks, Barbara. A little bit of everything this summer. And guys, this event section was brought to you by our sponsor, Don Coco in Marina Vallarta. Let's check them out.
Don Coco Restaurant Bar, freshness isn't just a detail, it's the heart of everything we do. Every dish is made to order. Vibrant ceviches, perfectly spicy aguachiles, and micheladas so cold they feel like a hug from the sea. Located right in front of Marina Vallarta's most beautiful pier, Don Coco has it all. Breathtaking ocean views, feel-good vibes, bold flavors, and an atmosphere that hooks you from the very first sip. And if you're lucky, you might just bump into the legendary Don Coco himself. Don't miss our 2-for-1 Margarita Happy Hour, and be sure to try the cocktails that are becoming the talk of Vallarta. Find us in Proa, Local 18, corner of Yates in Marina del Rey. Call or WhatsApp to order ahead, 322-688-1887. Don Coco, where bold flavor begins and the good vibes of Vallarta come alive.
All right, and now let me tell you that Grupo Gemar is a leading real estate company here in Puerto Vallarta, and they're doing something great for the community. Let's let Barbara tell us all about it.
Grupo Gemar, a leading real estate company specializing in rustic and urbanized land sales in Puerto Vallarta, has launched a new social responsibility campaign to support local families in need. The initiative, titled A Grain of Help for Puerto Vallarta, recently provided food packages to more than 300 people across the neighborhoods of El Pitial and Ixtapa. Gilberto Palomera, a president of Grupo Gemar Empresarial, emphasized the company's belief that real growth must go hand in hand with solidarity. We put ourselves in the shoes of those who need it the most, he shared, noting the persistent economic challenges faced by families in several local communities. As part of the campaign, the company is offering a free monthly payment to customers who purchase land with a down payment if they also donate a food package to this worthy cause. These donations are then distributed to vulnerable families in Puerto Vallarta. Grupo Gemar offers various land options with or without infrastructure and flexible payment plans. Notable developments include Los Galvilanes and upcoming lots in El Colorado, which will soon undergo formal land division. Palomera also highlighted the company's steady growth, driven by a dedicated team and growing trust among clients. Grupo Gemar reported a 30% increase in sales compared to the previous year, all while maintaining a strong commitment to community support. Looking ahead, the company plans to expand its social outreach by donating wheelchairs and crutches to people with disabilities in underserved neighborhoods. Grupo Gemar is located at Avenida Grandes Lagos 218-A in Fluvial, Vallarta. For more information, call 322-371-0387. With information from Rodrigo Lopez, Barbara Lapointe, CPS News.
Thank you so much for that information, and kudos to you, Gemar, for doing that. And now, happy birthday to Mr. Brand.
Thank you.
Balloons production, please. Balloons.
Balloons. Yeah, CGI balloons start now. Thank you so much. This is so sweet.
Happy birthday to you. There you go. You can blow the candle now. And then we can check out what happened at your party.
We can't wait. No, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for this. I'm glad you didn't try to fit 55 candles on there. But I'll be number one. Thank you so much. And here's my wish.
There you guys have it. With that, let's check out how his party went.
This past Saturday, July 12th, Puerto Vallarta lit up with energy, laughter, and purpose as Brent's Birthday Bash Part 3 brought the community together for an unforgettable evening. Hosted at the stylish Gastronomique, this third edition of Brent Lane's legendary celebration wasn't just a party. It was a party with heart. More than 70 guests gathered to toast Brent's big day in true Gen Expat style, enjoying signature cocktails, fresh focaccia pizzas, and delicious bites, all while supporting a great cause. A portion of the evening's proceeds benefited this year's featured charity, the Vallarta Garden Club. By the end of the night, over 20,000 pesos had been raised, proving that fun and philanthropy go hand in hand. With good food, great company, and even greater purpose, B3 once again lived up to its reputation as one of the most anticipated parties of the year. Happy birthday to Brent. And bravo on another bash to remember. With information from Jesse Ruiz, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
That was super exciting. And with that, we are done for today. I hope you have a great birthday, and I'm sure you had a great weekend.
Oh, I sure did. And thank you so much. You know what? The highlights right now with that beautiful cake and sitting beside you and the fact that you remembered. Thank you very much.
Oh, how could I forget?
I know, I've only told you like 25 times.
Yes.
So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in on my birthday. Have a great evening, and always just keep watching CPS News to get the real news of Bahía de Banderas. Have a great night, y'all.